Peas what I gwan. It's Valerie's Naturals Oracles. And if you are here, you're here for the card interpretation. And you know we're on the Major Arcana. Today is number 9 on the 9-month, and it's for the Virgo. And this is actually the Virgo card, the Hermit. So before I carry on, why are you not subscribed yet? Hit the subscribe button and the alert bell so you know when I'm going to do another video. Now, as you know, I'm rough and ready. I like to do these on the fly. Although I do have a specific day I upload them, I can do them anytime when I feel like. And I usually do them on the fly. And this is, I have to say I'm doing it on my phone. But I love these interpretations because it makes me think about the cards rather than the interpretations I normally give. So let's talk about the Hermit, shall we? As you know, it's the Virgo card, and for me, and I'm going to give you my interpretation, show you some different versions on different decks, and actually give a textbook explanation of this card for you. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to give you my interpretation. For me, the Hermit is all about going away and being alone. So, withdrawing from situations, having to analyse situations, shining a light on a situation. And some of these cards do actually show the Hermit. But this is the original, so we're going to start with the original first. But some of these cards do actually show the Hermit actually shining a light on a snake. Now, do you see that star in the middle of that lantern? Now, the star always reminds me of the healing card, the star. You know, are you actually withdrawing from situations to heal from something? You know, you have your staff supporting you. And it's usually, the Hermit is usually depicted as an old man, giving the impression of wisdom. Now, I don't know if you know as well, this card is all about spirit as well and spirituality. The first thing you should know about this card, it is about spirituality, but most of the time we don't use that as part of it. You know, we always use the bit, well, you're going away to analyse, we're going away to do this, we're going away to do that, you're withdrawing, you're looking at a situation, you're pondering. To me, this is what the card is all about. I don't firstly associate it with spirituality, but it is. It's a card of spirituality and going within and wisdom and being by yourself and analysing. And basically, that's what it is. So what I'm going to do now is, that is my explanation, by the way. But what I'm going to do now is actually show you some different versions of this Rider-Waite card, because this is just one system of cards. But the Hermit in each system is always the same. It's just the Hermit, the old wise person that's shining a light on situations. So let's have a look at another one. So what we've got here is, we've got the Hermit card here, and it's on this deck, the Elemental Power Tower. Well, okay, so this is a relatively new deck. I think it's 2020 this deck is, and I still need to do a review on this one as well. But let's get into it. I've got so many cards I need to do reviews on because I just ridiculous. But look at this Hermit card. Don't you think that's different? First of all, it gives you the actual Virgo element there. So that's the Virgo sign. Okay. And this is the actual element, I believe, which is the earth element, which is interesting. Not a lot of cards do that. Okay. Now it's telling you it's the Hermit, but it's not actually showing you the Hermit. It's showing somewhere in the cabin, and you see the lantern there. But it's like somebody, it gives you the hint of someone being in a cabin, but they're away secluding to themselves in the middle of the woods. And you know, Virgos are earthy people. It's the earth sign, isn't it? It's one of the earth signs. So it does give you the impression of someone who's quite earthy, who's quite grounded, that wants to be by themselves. And this is what the impression this card gives me. So let's have a look at another interpretation, shall we? So what we've got next is this card from the Tattoo Tarot. And this one's been around a while, but this is more of the depiction that we know and love, isn't it? You know, shining a light, and again, we have the star in there. You know, I hate Roman numerals. I don't know why, but I do hate Roman numerals. I can't stand it. This is one of my pet peeves. But, you know, it's giving the same impression as this one, but in a, as we says, tattoo. This is actually tattoo versions of being tattooed on people, and they've made it into cards. But, you know, it's doing the same thing, but in a pictorial sense, okay? It's like literally somebody's used felt tip and drawn this out, but it's the same thing. But I've got one more to show you, which is quite intriguing. It's giving you another twist. So let's get rid of that one and bring this one in, because they have quite big boxes, this one. And this is from the Tarot of the Heart, 50 Ways to Divine Love. This is only major arcanas, okay? This box is actually, but it has 3 extra cards, which is, I think it's Love, Hope and Charity. So those are the 3 extra cards that comes with it. But this is the interpretation of the Hermit here. Isn't that different? Do you see the snake going up his cane? And this is what I'm saying to you. Some of these Hermit cards in some of these decks show you the snake in the grass, but this one, it's making its way up up the cane. That could give you an entirely different, you know, interpretation. It's almost like the snake is halfway to getting to you, but you're shining a light on that situation. You can see the snake in the grass going up your cane, and you could have the choice of batting it away or something. But also, what's of significance is this actually looks like a little bit of a snake, this cane, doesn't it? And this actual depiction of the Hermit looks a lot richer, because if you look at this one, it looks like he's in simple garments. But here it's depicting them as a lot, you know, it's somebody who's got money, because that's a very silky, shiny robe he's got on. Even though it is depicted kind of the same, this one looks more richer, like it's a richer somebody is a secluse. Do you know what I mean? But look, in the background as well, you can see, like, is it mountains or is that buildings? Who's to say? Let's get a bit closer. No, it's definitely mountains. So it's kind of an earthy thing, you know, but it's definitely somebody shining a light on somebody who wants to be a recluse. It is the old wise man again. It's not very often that you get these actual cards showing the Hermit as a young man, because it's all about wisdom, it's about spirituality. Do you know, it could even be about banks and institutions in some cases. But what this card is mostly known about is for being a seclusion, analysing and looking at situations. And this is what the lantern is about, is shining a light on a problem or shining a light on a situation. But these cards I actually love, because I do like the actual pictures, you can see. But I'm not going there. We're all here for about the Hermit. So what I'm going to do now is actually give you the book rundown, the textbook version of this. And it's very short, I have to say. But as you do that, have a look at this one, because this is one of my favourite hermits. So it says here, the hermit stands on a solitary path, dressed in a simple plain robe, carries only his staff to support him and a lantern that illuminates his way. He is depicted as an elderly man with white hair and beard, representing the wisdom of his years. His expression is one of peace. He is comfortable in his solitude and his quest for inner knowledge. So the actual interpretation of this card is the Hermit signifies careful thought and contemplation. Withdrawal from the outside world in order to reflect and find inner peace. This card indicates that you have all the answers that you need within yourself, but perhaps you need some introspection to access the information, you know, or access them. Yeah. Perhaps you need some introspection to access them. So that is a very short and sweet explanation of the actual Hermit. But if you didn't know, I do have a worksheet that goes with this video where you can fill in your own interpretation. So I've done an introduction and general information, which is actually different from that textbook reading. And it gives you general information, and you can write in your own experience of how you feel about the card. That is the basic version that is free to everybody. Okay, I put that on public. But I do have an extended version of the workbook, which in order to access that, and all the others, all the 9 I started from the full card. So you will see that interpretation if you look on the playlist. But I've started from so this is the 9th or the 10th card, because there's the Fool is a 0, isn't it? So basically this is 10 cards I've done so far. I'm going through the whole deck. So I'm doing the major arcanas first, but I do have an extended. So if you want the extended to this, where it gives you the work-life balance, it gives you the interpretation with its spirituality, love, health. What else is there? Finance. There's about 5. And I'm also giving the reversals in the extended workbook. So if you want it, you need to come to my Patreon. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I hope that helped you with your interpretation of the Hermit card. Take care for now. Bye-bye.